Okay, now in this one we will see some further points which are related to fire safety. Okay, so we have already seen in this one what are the goals. Life safety, that is the primary goal, to protect the building occupants from the injury and prevent of loss, that is the first and primary. Second is protection of property, that is the secondary goal, that is to prevent the property damage. Third is a protection of operations, that is by preventing fires and limiting damage we can assure that work operations will continue. So in that previous video we have given the example of hospital, such that after a fire accident also within a short time the operation shall continue. Okay, so strategy, so what is that? We have fuel, heat, oxygen, like that we have three parts in the combustion. So the basic strategy of fire prevention is to control and isolate sources of fuel and heat in order to prevent combustion. Okay, so first and foremost thing is to control the heat. Okay, isolation of sources. If all the three are not present in sufficient quantity, a fire will not ignite or fire will not be able to sustain combustion. If any one we can control, so the fire can be controlled easily. So this is a schematic diagram. We'll see fire safety and regulations. So we have discussed all the NBC 2005 code book. So what here it is tell that the primary goal of fire safety efforts is to protect building occupants. First goal is to protect the building occupants from injury, to prevent loss of life and prevent property damage. Two very important. According to Indian law, minimal fire safety equipment is mandatory for any developed property. Okay, minimum regulations or minimum fire safety equipments are mentioned. That is pipe, hose reel, fire extinguisher cylinders. So some of them should be present. These laws are given by NBC, National Building Code, which is a document containing standardized requirement, for the design and construction of most types of buildings, in the country. That is okay. Now, the National Building Code is a national instrument. It is a national instrument that guides the regulations for construction industry. It contains all important aspects. Relevant for fire safety. Relevant for fire and safety for orderly building development. It's a guideline. Okay. The building that does not satisfy building code or violation of national building code will lead to penalty and cancellation of sanction or demolition of the building. Okay, so if they are not following, then penalty may be input, cancellation of the sanction, or at the last demolition of the building may also takes place. Okay, now let us just go faster for this one. Classification of the buildings. Okay, residential buildings. Okay, these are the typical residential buildings: lodging, rooming houses, private dwellings, apartment, dormitory, hotels. Okay, educational buildings. These are schools up to senior secondary level. All other schools, training institutes. Okay, institutional buildings. These are nothing but hospitals, sanatoria, custodial institutions, penal and mental institutions. Okay, institutional buildings. Assembly buildings. Okay, this is one typical assembly building, maybe church or maybe some cathedral. Okay, mixed occupancy such as shopping, theater, auditorium, restaurant. Okay, business building. This is one typical business building. Okay, office, banks, professional establishment, laboratories, libraries, test houses. Okay, computer institutions, telephone exchange, broadcasting station and TV stations. So, okay, like that we have different types of buildings. So mercantile buildings means shops, stores, departments, okay, markets, underground shopping centers, storage and service facility. Industrial buildings: low hazard, moderate hazard, high hazard. We have three different. Okay, this is one typical industry. Storage building. This is one storage yard. Okay, storage building stores the goods, wares, merchandise. Hazardous building. This is typically hazardous building. storage of gases, flammable liquids, liquefiable gases, explosive materials, artificial flowers, synthetic leather, ammunition, okay, explosive fireworks. So we have so many types of buildings here. Now this has been explained, I think, okay. Classification of building based on the fire zones. In a typical city, so there are generally three zones have been made. Fire zone 1, 2, 3. In zone 1, fire risk is less. Typical example, residential, educational, institutional, assembly, small business, retail merchandise building. In fire zone 2, a little bit higher risk is there, but high hazard are not there. That is why it is written except high hazard industrial building. That is business and industrial buildings except high hazard industrial building. Okay. Fire zone 3, high hazard industrial building, storage building and building for hazardous use. Okay. Now overlapping of fire zones, maybe one building may come here and here there, okay. So but you should select the highest one, okay. You should select. When any building is situated in more than one fire zone, it shall be deemed to be in the fire zone in which the major portion of the building or the structure is situated. That is the meaning. The major portion of the building, let us say half, more than 60% is storing hazardous, so that will come in fire zone 3 only. When the building is so situated that it exceeds equally to more than one fire zones, it shall be deemed to be in the fire zone having more hazardous occupancy, means a slightly higher fire zone risk shall be employed. Okay. Now see here, these are the typical fire protection and means of exit requirement. Fire protection and means of exit requirements including high-rise buildings. Okay. So now can you see this one? This is a typical doorway. Okay. A fire access to staircase. Okay. So what is this general exit stair requirement? Okay. Maybe a doorway, maybe a corridor, maybe a passage. So all these things should lead to veranda, roof, street, a roof of a building or a refugee area. So it may also include horizontal exit leading to the next building which is at the same level. So these are called as the general exit requirement. From these you can go to the outside part or to the next building where fire is not there. Okay. Shall be continuously maintained free of all obstructions or impediments in case of use in emergency and shall provide continuous means of egress and to exterior. Means what? There should not be any furnitures kept or any other things should be kept in that path. Okay. If any accident is there, suddenly the people will come and use without any hindrances. Fire access staircase. Okay, fire access staircase. Buildings having area more than 500 square feet per floor shall have minimum 2 staircases. Shall have 2 staircases. Doorways shall open into an enclosed stairways or horizontal exit over a corridor providing protected means. So we have seen no minimum width 1 meter. Again it may be increased to 2 meter for larger buildings or assembly buildings. Height is minimum 2 meter. Height is minimum 2 meter. Okay. So whatever the doorways, when you open this doorway, okay, open the lock, it should lead to enclosed stairways or horizontal exit, which will lead to exit of the building. That is why it is written egress, exit of the building. Okay. So now for corridors and passageways, can you see this corridor or passage? Okay. So width shall not be less than width of exit doorway. Whatever doorway you have seen, no, where it is? Whatever doorway you have seen, no, doorway, passage, okay. So that width and this width should be matching. Okay, there should not be sudden enlarge or contraction in the width. Okay, width should be matching for that doorway, corridor and passages. Height minimum 2.4 meters. Shall be adequately ventilated. There should be clear window, okay, such that air should be moving. So now this is internal staircase. Okay, so this is called as connecting to adjoint building, horizontal exit. What we are studying now, this is called as a horizontal exit. Okay, which is leading to the next one. This is a staircase. Okay, internal staircase. Shall be composed of non-combustible materials throughout. So this means no combustible materials, because it is acts as a life-saving thing. Okay. External wall of a building shall constitute one of its sides, means exterior part of the building should be having that. Shall not be arranged around a lift shaft. It should be situated around lift. Okay. Flight width 1 meter, minimum maximum 1 meter to 2 meter. Okay. Minimum tread 250 mm, maximum riser 190 mm, and minimum headroom height 2200 mm, 2.2 meters. Okay. So these are the classes.